Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English news of Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Ngọc Thủy, presenting you the top story as usual. Binh Phuoc leaders work with the Asian Development Bank. Binh Long runs a campaign supporting women. Party chief welcomes Russian foreign minister. International searches for Vietnamese tourism up 1,125% in June. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders from Binh Phuoc province recently had a working session with a delegation from the Asian Development Bank on the provisions of capital for infrastructure projects serving sustainable development and climate change adaptations in the localities.
Projects comprise three components aimed to prevent flooding in Dong Xoai City and improve the urban landscape, upgrade road transport, and have bolstered the capacity of institutions and policies. They are being carried out with a budget of nearly 4.56 trillion dong, including a loan of $156 million, equivalent 3,470 billion dong from the ADB, reciprocal capital of 1 trillion dong, and non-refundable assistance of 88 billion dong. Members of the ADB delegation studied the impact of climate change on Binh Phuoc, the frequency of annual natural disasters, and damage and response by the province in general and projects in particular. They also touch on population issues and the lives of local people in project areas, the shift towards new crops, and studies of those that can cope with flood and drought due to climate change, and progress in ongoing project components. Leaders of relevant agencies in Binh Phuoc replied to queries from the ADB delegation and expressed a hope that the bank would reach an agreement with the province to provide capital for projects.
The total retail sales of goods and service revenues in Binh Phuoc province hit the 28.9 trillion Vietnam dong in the first half of the 2022, a year-on-year increase of the 6.02%.
Total retail sales of goods are estimated at over 24.8 trillion dong, or 5.39% year-on-year. Accommodation and catering services neared 2.9 trillion dong, and tourism activities 2.7 billion dong, of 7.24% and 70.24% respectively. The services sector supports 2 trillion dong for a year-on-year increase of 12.42%. The total retail sales of goods and services revenue in the first half rose because of Tet Lunar New Year holiday, with supermarkets, shopping malls, markets, and retailers bolstering stocks to meet shopping demand.
The Women's Union in Binh Long Town, Binh Phuoc province, recently launched a campaign to support women, orphans, and disadvantaged children.
The campaign will be carried out from July 4th to 30th. The Women's Union in the town will work to support the children of members struggling with illness, attend regular activities of clubs and groups, and present aid packages to needy members and women. It's also set to begin work to improve landscapes and arrange other activities in the community. Another program has been designed to promote a humanitarian spirit in taking care of orphans and disadvantaged children. It will monitor the implementation of policies relating to orphans in localities that are in tandem with the functions of the Union, assist efforts in child abuse prevention and control in families and the community, and have children and their families assess state policies.
Now, let's take a look at the top story around the country. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is paying a two-day visit to Vietnam in the invitations of the host counterpart Bùi Thanh Sơn. On July the 6th, Party General Secretary Binh Phuoc hosted a reception for the Russian top diplomat.
At the meeting, Minister Lavrov told the Vietnamese leader that Russia attaches the importance to the comprehensive strategic partnership between two countries. Russia supports Aung San's central role in the region, Lavrov said, adding that Russia thanks Vietnam for the latter's efforts in promoting Russia-Aung San relations. The diplomat also expressed Russia's position on international issues, including the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Party General Secretary Chóng affirmed that Vietnam always cherishes and remembers the help from international friends, including the great and effective assistance of the Soviet Union and the Russian Federation in its registered wars and national development throughout periods. The party leader also shared the Russian guest the viewpoint of Vietnam on international issues of mutual concern, which are in line with Vietnam's consistent foreign policy. Vietnam is willing to contribute to the promotion of peace, stability, and international cooperation, he noted.
President Binh Phuoc on July 6 had a separate meeting with the outgoing ambassadors of the United Kingdom and Belgium.
At the meeting, President Phuoc highlighted two milestones in Vietnam-UK ties during the tenure of Ambassador Redwood, including the signing and implementation of the UK-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. The state leaders said the two sides need to further promote bilateral economic trade relations in the coming time. For his part, Ambassador Redwood said the relations between two sides have developed in all aspects, especially trade, after the trade agreement came into force. At the meeting with Belgian Ambassador Paul Janssen, President Binh Phuoc congratulated the ambassador on the successful term in Vietnam. The President thanked Belgium and the ambassador personally for actively supporting Vietnam in the process of negotiating and signing the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. Ambassador Paul Janssen said he hoped that there will be more Belgian projects in Vietnam, saying that the investment project of Belgium in Hải Phòng is very successful.
The Singapore-based United Overseas Bank has revised Vietnam's 2022 GDP growth forecast to the 7% from 6.5%.
The bank said the projection was based on the strong set of data in the second quarter of 2022 and a historical track record of a generally robust performance in the second half of the year. The forecast was made with the assumption that there will be no further severe domestic disruptions from COVID-19, and growth rate for the second half of the year is projected at around 7.6 to 7.8%. According to the United Overseas Bank, inflationary pressures on Vietnam are manageable as the main source of impact is energy, while food prices are stable. However, it noted upside risks are significant given the rapid pace of gains in energy prices, which will eventually spread to the rest of the economy, especially if higher prices persist.
The university rankings by the Academics Performance, a Turkish non-profit organization, has honored 17 Vietnamese universities for their outstanding academic performance globally in the 2022.
Accordingly, the Ho Chi Minh City-based Tôn Đức Thắng University was ranked 427th, Sweden University 446th, Vietnam National University in Ho Chi Minh City 1013th, and the Vietnam National University in Hanoi 1104th. Other universities included Hanoi Medical University, Hanoi University of Technology, Nguyễn Tất Thành University, Huế University, Ho Chi Minh City University of Technology, and Cần Thơ University. Last year, Vietnam had 12 universities on the university ranking by academic performance list. The ranking system focuses on academic quality. The group gathered data about 3,000 higher education institutes, covering approximately 12% of all institutes globally.
The number of international search volume for Vietnam's tourism in June surged by the 1,125% year-on-year, according to the Vietnam National Administration of the Tourism.
Large volumes of search for Vietnamese tourism information are seen in the US, Singapore, Australia, India, and Japan. Meanwhile, the country's most searched destinations were Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Phu Quoc Island, Hội An Asian City, and Đà Lạt Misty City. After 3 months of the post-pandemic full reopening, some destinations reporting a year-on-year increase of over 75% in terms of the number of tourist arrivals, including Ha Long City in Quảng Ninh Province, Samson Beach in Thanh Hóa Province, Đồng Hới City in Quảng Bình Province, Nghệ An's Curla Beach, Hải Phòng City, and Ninh Bình Province.
That's all for today on Binh Phuoc Radio, television station, and newspaper news. Once again, thanks for your watching and goodbye for now.